Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Group Chat. We have a big episode. We have a Coachella recap. We're fresh back from the desert. We got Beyonce, Post Malone, Migos, parties, recapping it all.
Yep.
We got a little bit of maybe GoPro. Maybe it's the end of GoPro.
Yeah.
Maybe GoPro's dead.
Yeah, go away.
Last but not least, Kendrick Lamar won a Pulitzer Prize.
Huge.
First rapper ever. We're getting into all of it. We're also announcing the winners for our contest last week, and we have a new contest this week. That'll be at the end. Thank you, guys. Let's go. All right. D,
yes.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Group Chat. For those of you who don't know, I am Drama. I am the founder and CEO of Young and Reckless, the host of Short Story Long podcast, and most importantly, the co-host of Group Chat.
Yes.
And you're D.
I'm D. I am co-founder of Menlo Club and Menlo House, and a very big emerging social media superstar.
Nice.
I like that.
How many followers are you up to?
13,200.
And they're just rolling in.
I'll be at 300 any day now.
In no time. Go follow D on Instagram, at Dee Murthy.
Give me a follow, a like.
He's emerging. Just so you can say you knew him before everyone else did. Let's get into it, D.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Coachella recap. Everyone's talking about Coachella. All of social media is Coachella.
Yeah.
All of everything is Coachella. And guess what?
Yep.
We're just back from Coachella.
Yeah.
Still got my nice little Coachella tan setting in.
Yeah.
Put some aloe on this morning.
You have fun?
I had a great time.
Yeah.
Maybe I would say top, maybe best Coachella.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like it was really good. We had a great time. We watched more music than we usually do.
Yeah, those 5 acts really.
It was 5 acts, but that's 5 more than last year. 5 more than last year. Went to some of the parties I personally avoided, like some bad 6 a.m. hangover nights.
Yeah.
You not so much.
Yeah, I was dead Saturday.
Let me just say, your stamina is impressive.
Thank you. That's why I run.
I get it, man. I might start running because you were able to come in, have a full day, full night, be up early the next day, another full day, another full night. I was by the pool.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
I mean, Saturday day, I was dying. You saw my face.
Yeah.
You said you look like that.
But you left the house at 1 o'clock or something.
Yeah, and then it's just that 2 tequilas in.
It just numbs it.
Did a shot with Mitch at Revolve.
Yep.
And I was good.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What was your favorite performance?
I mean, it was definitely Beyonce.
Yeah.
We didn't stay till like the end. I think we missed with the Destiny's Child, but the production value. Shout out to Todd
Torso.
Todd Torso, our good friend, whose
Beyonce's
wife also works with us. Yeah.
Creative director?
Yeah, Beyonce's creative director.
Yeah.
Someone we've known for a very long time. I mean, kudos to him. That thing was spectacular. My guess is if she got paid $5 million for Coachella, let's just say she got paid for each weekend.
Yeah.
Let's just say something like that.
Yep.
She spent every last dime on production.
Yeah.
And it's worth it because you're going to sell out your tour because of it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I was reading an article in Variety or Hollywood Reporter yesterday saying it was the greatest Coachella performance ever.
Yep. I would agree.
Yeah.
Who's better? I think they were saying she's better than Michael Jackson.
The thing I understood about her performance that people didn't appreciate, I think in the moment, is that, you know, we go and see all these acts. One of the reasons why I don't enjoy Coachella, some of the performances, because most of them suck.
Yeah.
Like,
it's all the same.
Like,
it's just
I went home Sunday, and so Sunday night I'm watching the live stream because I wanted to watch Cardi B and whatever. And French Montana was before. He is garbage.
Well, it's
First of all, got the pop belly, and he's just like, and I'm just like, oh, man.
He doesn't seem like much of a entertainer.
Yeah, I mean,
Cardi was great.
Cardi was good. She was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Given that, that was her first time. I didn't enjoy her twerking as a pregnant woman.
I did.
That's weird.
I liked every second of it. I respected her.
I thought it was inappropriate.
I respected her
I thought it was very
versatility. It looked kind of like she was going to give birth in it, in a moment. You know, there was a moment she just had her legs spread, and it was just like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I'm into it.
Okay, you have to get that checked out.
Hey, just saying.
And then I didn't see Migos, but I heard there was a sound issue there.
Huge sound issue. So I left Sunday night, and I was standing in the little area for Migos. And it was so nuts, and people were so like shovey
Yeah.
and like cramming in, and they had some problem, and it was delayed, and the wind was starting to go. I just left. I ripcorded right then.
Wow.
But as I was walking away, they started, and you could tell the music wasn't coming through all the speakers. It just seemed like a mess.
Yeah,
I heard from our friends that it wasn't.
Yeah, Anand said that. My brother didn't say that. He said it was tough.
Yeah, and they should have killed it.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be the talk of that whole day.
Yeah, it was just really hard. I think I thought Cardi B was good. Post Malone.
What was your opinion?
So here's my thing. I thought beforehand, I said, because he slept on our couch at Coachella,
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be an epic moment for Post.
Yep.
And I was disappointed. And
Same.
really because I don't know if he took it seriously. He was drinking and smoking. Like, you know what? That's part of the problem of Coachella to me.
Yeah.
Is that some people go there to have a good time,
Yeah.
performers, or there's Beyonce who probably hasn't eaten in a month.
Yeah.
She went vegan.
Yeah.
She probably like got in shape, rehearsed 500 times. She probably rehearsed more than all of Coachella combined.
Yeah, probably.
Right? And
Yeah.
her show was perfection.
Yeah.
Nothing about it was off. The sound, the production, the dancers, everything. And she, by the way, unlike anyone else out there, is dancing the entire 2
Yeah.
hours.
And changing outfits. And like,
Her nail polish change. And I'm just like, and then all these other people, all they have to do is just go. And he was like, man, I'm out of breath. I need to get in shape.
he was out of breath after the first song.
Yes.
I mean, I love him, but damn it, man. Like,
He's literally probably one of my most favorite artists right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with all of his music.
but
But
he just has to break through. It's like, are you going to break through to that next level or are you not? And
Yeah.
Coachella on that stage is just the place where you can't do the like smaller venue routine, you know,
No.
and the acoustic thing and the smoking the cigarettes and like it just doesn't work there.
Yeah.
It's too big. You're in a field.
Yeah.
It doesn't translate. He was talking. You couldn't hear what he was saying.
Yeah, and you know what I was telling a friend of mine why Coachella, even another reason why watching music is really tough. I can only remember one artist in all the years I've been going to Coachella, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years, that I was like, who's that? I want to go listen to that. One artist, and I didn't know who they were. Mumford and Sons.
Yeah, same.
That was the only time where I was like, what is that beautiful sound coming out of them?
Yeah.
That's the only time that ever happened.
Yeah.
Every other time when everyone's like, you got to go check out blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah. And I'm
yeah.
like, really? This guy's
Yeah.
trash.
It's a different thing. I don't know enough to know, but there's a different thing performing for that crowd
Yeah.
at that place.
Yeah.
There's something about that field and like I didn't like Drake there. I hated Drake there.
Really?
Yeah, and I really like Drake's
Yeah.
music. There's something about performing to that crowd where you have to do
I
it.
feel like you have to just be extra with the production. I think you literally can't have a pause moment.
No.
You have 100,000 people there that are distracted already.
Yeah.
They're drunk, they're this, they're that, and you have to keep their attention for an hour, 2 hours in some cases.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like Alina Baraz's set, our friend, her set was perfect. It was like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
She went through all her hits.
Yeah.
No chit chat. Just did her music.
Yeah.
And that's why it was good. Like, I think when some of these guys go on to like talking and we don't really know anything about you to be
Yeah.
a talker.
Yeah.
Even Beyonce's chit chat was very minimal.
Yeah.
Like I remember when Kanye did his set,
Yeah.
who's the king of like speaking his opinion, he didn't say a word. He just did his
Yeah.
set and left the energy all out on the field. And you're
You
just
have
like,
to.
I don't think you should talk. I think
Yeah.
you should just go and perform.
Because you know the other thing that I just realized is like at festivals, all those people aren't there to see you.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just one of the people that they're there to see.
Yeah.
So all your little extra stuff and your little talking, and maybe nobody wants that.
Yeah.
There's just some reason why the moment you start talking and wandering around, everyone just nobody cares.
You know
People
who's
are
a-
leaving in the middle of set.
Pleasant surprise, Black Bear.
I agree.
I loved Black Bear.
agree.
And I not, to be honest, I mean, Travis used to work for us. He's his creative director.
Yeah.
I, wasn't very familiar. I remember the mixtape he did years ago
Yeah.
that we would always play in the office.
Yeah.
But I didn't know his sound had changed. But it felt the energy of like an EDM set,
Yep.
but with his style of music,
Yeah.
which I was like, damn, this stuff's great.
Yeah. Yeah, he did great. I think he held
He held
more
the stage.
people than Post. A lot of people were leaving during
Yeah.
Post.
And by the way, the Sahara tent is the most epic stage in probably
world.
music history.
Yeah, agreed.
I've never seen anything like it. It was super entertaining. the energy, like super wide, and you were close, and then the lights at the top.
Yeah.
All those things, like I was like, wow.
Yeah, they killed it. Because they redesigned that whole thing, moved it.
Yeah.
Okay, did you watch Eminem's stream?
I watched Eminem's stream. I watched when he kept the energy high with the big hits.
Yeah.
It was bananas.
Yeah.
You know, like when 50 came out and Dre came out, and then he did, you know, Till I Collapse and all that. I was like, wow, this is impressive.
Where did he lose it?
He did some of the slower, newer songs and some stuff like, you know, like when he brought out Dre, the way he brought out Dre, it was just so cool, and the energy was like epic.
Yeah.
I just think that I think he did fine. Like he did great.
Yeah.
It was just everyone had just seen Beyonce the night before, so it's like impossible to compete.
He had to be bummed.
Yeah.
You know, like what do you do if she just
like who was on stage when Beyonce was performing in the other tents?
Oh, nobody could tell you.
Yeah.
Literally nobody.
Yeah, I kept asking him, like, who was performing? I was like, can't remember. I'm going to go look at the schedule.
There was a rumor. I don't know if this is true.
Yeah.
We should look this up.
Yeah.
There was a rumor that she made it a point that they had to cut off everyone else while she was performing.
I doubt that.
Just saying. Look it up.
I will.
Or maybe like at a certain time. Maybe they got cut off at 12. She got the last hour to herself. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Something. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Last year we didn't watch hardly any music. It was good.
The parties this year were in fuego this year.
That was the question.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Bootsy daytime?
Dude,
Poppy nighttime?
I liked all of them.
Yeah.
I honestly, you know what I liked about it is the budgets for these parties must be getting out of control.
Yeah.
Because they were so extra. Like Bootsy's party, you know, Brian was with us. I mean, Poppy party Friday. Brian was like, I can't tell you who it is.
Yeah.
So it ends up being Kendall and her crew.
Yeah.
It's Diplo on stage. It's Travis on stage. It's Post on stage.
Yeah.
It's the cool kids in the crowd. Yeah. It's just the energy. They have like a raised VIP area with bar, food. I mean, just like, it's so extra.
Yeah.
It was so over the top. It was like epic. It was a little cold, which I didn't care for. But other than that, like, it was just an epic party.
Yeah.
Then Saturday day, we first hit the Revolve Festival.
Yeah, how was that?
Dude, that thing is so sick.
Really?
It is so sick.
What does it do? Because I went there at night.
Yeah.
What is it? What do they do with it in the day?
So in outside area, there's all these tents.
Uh-huh.
So they had like a pizza line. Mm-hmm. They had acai bowls. They had bar. They had these beautiful like art displays for the girls to take pictures in.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like 90% girls.
Yeah.
So if you were a single guy, that was a great place to be.
Yeah.
And then they had this pool area where they set up a stage, and they had A$AP Rocky, Rich the Kid, who else came out? YG came out.
Uh-huh.
I mean, dude, there's a ridiculous lineup of artists.
They had their own festival. They had their own mini festival.
Yeah, and then, so I was like, wow, this is what you're doing at day. What are you going to do at night?
Yeah.
So that was Saturday at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. We went there. We hung out with Michael Mente, the founder of Revolve. Uh-huh. And we ended up having drinks with them. We hanging out. And then we had to stop by Brian's Bootsy Bellows party. So we go over there. And that's PacSun and McDonald's. Mm-hmm. That thing is so star-studded. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just every celebrity on earth is just in that pool area, you know, be around that pool.
And that was Ray Shrummer performing?
Ray Shrummer performing. And I forgot who DJ'd. Can't remember who DJ'd, but just like so A-list. Like that crowd is just extra A-list, and it's just a tight party. It's not a lot of people.
Yeah,
it's a few hundred people. So we got there later in the afternoon, and I was like, damn, this shit's hot.
Yeah. Was that their best? Do you think their best parties ever?
Yeah, I mean, it's just they just get everybody. They get Kendall, Gigi, Haley Baldwin, Post Malone. They just get. I'm sure Leonardo DiCaprio. They just got everyone who matters in that crowd. They just got everyone there. And then we went to the festival. And then Saturday night, which normally we would go to the Neon Carnival.
Yeah, skipped it. Big move.
That is a big move because, I think part of it was it's. I didn't know the party is 8,000 people now.
Yeah. And it was like 5,000 last year.
Yeah. So I mean, imagine you adding 3 more thousand.
Oh.
And that party, obviously, we've been going to that party ever since it started.
Yep.
And for some reason, everyone was just like, no, let's go. Let's stay closer. And we ended up not going.
Yep. Because nobody wanted to have a panic attack.
Yeah, 8,000 people. Yeah. So we ended up going to our friends at Revolve. They threw a party with the Tao group.
Yep.
That part was epic.
With Marshmello.
Marshmello casually DJing for 150 people.
Like, what was their budget, man? I would die to know their budget. It had to be like $5 million.
I think it's more. And, but, you know, Michael has told us that the reason why they do such a big thing at Coachella is because they do their biggest numbers leading up and post. Because, you know, if you're like a women's influencer fashion blogger, you are part of the Revolve squad. Yeah. Like, I posted a funny pic. Michael, sign me up. I want to revolve around the world too.
Did he respond?
No. But it was just cool to see like how they control the culture of women's fashion to me. Like, it just, and remember, because every year people ask me to get on lists for parties. I got asked for most for Revolve. Like,
I'm not surprised.
It's just like people were just hitting me up left and right, like, I need to get on the Revolve thing. It was crazy. Because the Bootsy one was great because Brian was on here and we said, no one can get in. And so it was great for me because everyone's like, nobody. People still did hit me up, but most people left me alone because I said, do not ask me on Instagram. But then I should have said that for all events.
So everyone blew you up about Revolve. I just think they've built it up for so long, over so many years, and now it's just massive. Like, they literally threw what would be their own festival.
They had someone rolling joints and giving away pre-rolls away.
Really?
Yes.
Just
so there was a tequila bar to the right of us, and then right in front of us was a thing. He was like, "Yeah, you guys smoke weed?" I'm like, "Nah, really." He's like, "There's just whatever you need. There's just joints and weed and just." I was just
they had a whole hotel to themselves.
They had a 120-room hotel.
Good for them.
Yeah, and houses, and man, that must have been, and they did it Sunday again. And everyone went back Sunday night.
Do they do a second weekend too? Anything?
I don't know.
Obviously,
I don't think they need to. There's enough content here to last them for weeks.
It's so good.
And then, but Anthony had the picture of the weekend, the video and picture. So Anthony, who was actually on group chat a few months back, is a good friend of ours.
Our actual first guest.
Who's a big music manager. He Friday night after the Poppy party goes to after hours at the Revolve party. God knows when, 3-4 in the morning, and is friends with pretty much everyone in general, but like specifically in music. And it's so Nicki Minaj is taking a video on Snapchat or Instagram story. And she's like showing the crew. It was Kylie. Travis Scott, Chance the Rapper, Kourtney Kardashian, Quavo, and then at the end it's Anthony's big smile, and it was on every blog.
It's so good.
Because I got blown up. I'm like, is that Anthony with those people? I was like,
And he had photos. He posted on his story. I think on the Shade Room. Is where the video is, right? The main place. But man, did he? It's just so funny when like one of your friends stays late, and you're like, oh, whatever, and then in the morning you see the video, you're like, where did he end up? Because we saw it before he woke up. Lance showed it to us, and so we're like, what in the heck?
Like, and then he was with The Weeknd after, and then he was with Diddy, and like he just like crazy night.
Big weekend for one of our filmers. One of our new filmers, Tyler, who's like 6 months, been with us for 6 months. He woke up one morning and we said, oh, you know, Holly, were you out last night? He said, I think 7. We said, geez, where were you at? He's like, oh, we were at Puff's house. And we're like, what? And like he ended up with Anthony at Puff's house. Great weekend. You never know. You get a job at Young and Reckless or 5'4", you could end up
at Puff's house. Right, in Miami, you guys ended up at Puff's house. This guy's house is everywhere. He's so rich.
So anyway, let me ask you this. If you had to only go to the parties or only go to the festival, which one would you choose?
Parties.
No question.
Yeah. Especially now, Revolve has a it's called Revolve Festival. And by the way, it's 100% free for guests.
For what?
You don't have to pay for anything, right? If you're a guest.
Oh, at the hotel.
No, just even at the event, like the Revolve Festival. Like, it's a free ticket, pretty much, to drink the booze. Yeah, as long as you're on the list. I mean, it's obviously a hard list to get on, but like once you're there. I mean, I had an acai bowl and a tequila. Like, where else am I doing that?
That's crazy. I didn't think about that.
So, and the problem with the festival, I thought this year, and I know people complained about it last year too on weekend one, it's just too crowded. Like, why am I waiting 25 minutes to get like a $17 crappy tequila soda? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's
and
bad.
then even to get spicy pie, like I had to like bulldoze and cut.
Yeah.
And
those
buy
things
people.
are like $60 a piece.
Yeah, because it's like $8 a slice, and they don't actually sell it by the pie. It's like 12 times 8, whatever. It's just
that's bad. This year felt really bad.
Yeah.
In like not to be like, I feel like I'm being bougie complaining
Yeah.
about this, but like in that area, it was just so crowded. You couldn't go to the bathroom. You couldn't go to the bar.
Here's the
you
problem.
couldn't- Yeah.
Apparently, everybody's VIP.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, everyone has artist passes.
Yep.
Which we had those this year, and it was crowded there too.
Yeah.
Like artist area where you're supposed to get viewing comfortably.
Yeah.
You couldn't even stand in any performance.
You couldn't even move.
How does everyone have the best passes?
Everyone's an artist. Let me tell you one thing
Yeah.
about social media
Yeah.
and YouTube. We're all artists.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
That's why Anthony was like, when we're pulling up to parking, he's like, and I was yelling at the car in front of us, and he's like, "Everybody's somebody here."
Yeah.
So I got one, yeah. And guess who it was?
Guess
Sammy
who it was?
Wilk.
Sammy Wilk, who we just did a collaboration with.
I was like, "What are you guys doing?"
He's an artist. Yeah, they're just hanging out,
Yeah.
taking in the vibe. Yeah, it was good, man. I think it was one of the best.
Yeah.
I think. Are you gonna go next year?
Yeah, I mean, I just have this. I feel like I just have to go.
When do you think the last year will be for real?
When I start looking really old.
Huh.
It's based on my look.
How do Indians age?
Some age. My parents aged well. Some don't.
So you could be there till 55.
I could probably cruise to 50. Because I'm going to dye my hair once I start getting gray.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Right before Coachella every year?
Yeah, I'm not into the salt and pepper.
Yeah, same.
I want
It's not a
pepper
good look
only.
for you. Well, I think I'll go as long as I am invited. You know what I mean? I love it. I don't like a lot of people, but this year I did a pretty good job for myself of like avoiding the right things, staying up at the right time, being asleep, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't feel too bad. Felt a little tired yesterday. Felt great.
Great.
All right, let's get back into the real world.
Okay.
We're just getting smacked. We're just getting smacked with the real world.
Yeah.
Like even seeing just these names. Paul Ryan.
Yeah, your boy.
Ugh. Retired.
Yeah.
Is retiring.
He's retiring at the end of his term, which is this year.
Do you know why?
He's saying wants to focus on his family, and AKA
Trump's a psycho.
no. So it's funny. He was very anti-Trump, and then when it became clear who was becoming
Yeah.
president, a
Jumped
lot
on
of
the
other
bandwagon.
Republican congressmen or senators still kind of said, "I'll respect that he's president, but I don't agree with him."
Yeah.
Paul Ryan just dived all in
Yeah.
and said, "I'm with this guy till the ship sinks."
Biggest fan.
Now all these Republican congressmen in very traditionally Republican districts are just giving up. You know how many congressmen have just given up and
Yeah.
said, "I'm not." It's too embarrassing for someone like him. He's Speaker of the House. It's like the third most powerful position on earth.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he's 6 months away from probably getting voted out.
Yeah.
You know, when in the November election, when his seat is up, he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
And he just can't avoid the embarrassment. So you might as well leave while you're still respectable and move on to like your private career where you're a lobbyist making $3 million a year, which by the way lives in Wisconsin, which means he's gonna be richer than piss.
Yeah. Is he gonna get $1 million book deal too?
Why not?
Yeah. I love these books.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna collect checks. He's gonna sit on a board of some private company.
Yep.
Go on a speaking tour. Go do a speaking tour at the NRA. Go do a speaking tour for Army veterans.
Yeah.
And collect 7-figure check probably for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Good
And
for him.
so might as well leave on top. It's really funny because he's leaving because John Boehner quit too.
Yep.
Who's a former Speaker of the House, who was also a very staunch Republican, conservative guy, who last week also joined the board of a cannabis company.
I saw that,
So
man.
like all of a
Stop
sudden
it.
he smoked a J and was like,
He had one joint, and all of a sudden, God, I
and
hate
it's funny.
that.
I don't know if you remember when he quit. He quit like when Obama and the Pope were meeting. And he met the Pope too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was taken back with emotion. I think he cried on TV with the Pope there.
Yeah.
Or like had a tear. The next day he quit. Like I think he had you know what? It's not worth it. I had sinned enough or something.
Yeah. He just quit and started smoking weed.
Yeah.
Man. I don't get it. But I will say,
Yeah.
like, I did, the one thing that always drove me nuts was how hard Paul Ryan like jumped on the bandwagon.
It's so weak.
Like there was so many videos of him like being against everything Trump, and then he just flipped.
Yeah, he's a bum.
So I'm glad he's out of here. Let's anything else from that?
No.
Okay, move on.
Yeah.
GoPro.
Yeah.
Are they dead?
So I remember I was talking about this a few years ago when they kind of fumbled on one quarter and sales kind of were struggling. I forgot what product it was.
It was the
and
drone.
I was like, what was it?
First drone.
First drone.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I don't see why GoPro should exist. Because it doesn't have the brand appeal of an Apple. Like, it's not perceived as a luxury brand. It's sitting like at a Tilly's in the corner next to the where you buy sunglasses, right?
Yeah.
So from a branding positioning, they were selling to young people very expensive product.
Yeah.
And I had been to China just right before that, and I discovered Xiaomi, which is the biggest electronics brand in China. Most Chinese people have Xiaomi headsets, handsets, and then at a factory, I got a gift of a speaker. And this speaker was amazing. It was super sleek looking. Sound was incredible. The power source on it was incredible. And I was like, how much is this thing? And they're like, oh, it's like $89. I'm like, $89? Apple doesn't have anything for $89.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they're just going to come. And then they created a $99 GoPro camera in China. They're crushing it. I was like, if they come to China, they come to America, it's a wrap for GoPro.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's enough brand loyalty with GoPro.
I thought they had it, man. It was so strong for a while. I mean, the camera was like, they almost did the thing where like it's called a GoPro. Yeah. Right? Where like it's like, hey, GoPro that. GoPro that. And it felt so strong. They were doing so much stuff with content and posting all this cool content and never before seen angles of stuff. I just think they fumbled it. I don't know what happened.
You know what the other issue is? When I think GoPro, I think action sports.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why I don't own a GoPro. Because there's plenty of things I could be filming or taking pictures of using their thing. But I associate GoPro with a wakeboarder. And I'm like, I don't wakeboard. I don't need that.
You're right.
And that's, to me, their biggest fumble. So now their stock had the company valued less than a few years ago at $10 billion. It's worth $750 million. So Xiaomi is probably like, it's cheap.
Yeah.
For $1 billion, we can be an American. We can be in the American electronics business, get all the distribution they already have, and go nuts.
When is that? Where did that like rumor come from, or that?
They're openly talking about it.
Got it. So they already had made the GoPro-like camera.
They had made it.
And then they said, well, maybe we'll just buy you.
Yeah, because like it's still an American brand. Yeah. And I think even the name Xiaomi is going to be hard for American consumers to...
I'm having a nightmare. Just, you know what I mean? Zaxmoy.
Yeah, Zaxmoy is going to be tough to sell out here.
It's hard in Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio, yeah. So I think they can just make their American electronics division call it GoPro and release all their products.
It's interesting, but it seems like a no-brainer. If they're having that much trouble, and the price is just terrible.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
They had a good run. I like GoPro.
R.I.P.
Had a lot of good times with GoPros. Okay, moving right on. We're back into politic land.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
James Comey, ABC News interview. When does the book come out?
I think it came out.
Oh, I'm so excited for this book.
I think this week.
I think this has to be better than Fire and Fury, meaning Fire and Fury seemed like could be way more fluff and way more made up stuff. I feel like this is pretty believable.
Honest Loyalty, is that what it's called?
I don't remember. It doesn't even matter. Bestseller.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a bestseller.
I mean, it's going to be so good.
He his a higher loyalty. So he had his interview with George Stephanopoulos.
Yeah.
And
when did that come out? Was that on Sunday?
Sunday night.
That's why.
And
checked out.
And he was really frank and honest. He's a Boy Scout. Mm-hmm. He just cares about the law and protecting. Because in his interview and in the transcripts I was reading, he talked about Hillary Clinton because he investigated Hillary Clinton right before the election, which everyone thought was kind of fishy. There were some opposing thoughts on Obama on the way he handled some instances with the Hillary Clinton emails, but he seems like just a pretty square guy that got caught up in a political moment and is dealing with like the wrath of Donald Trump. And so his book, it'll be interesting to see what he says and what he doesn't say. But in the interviews I've read, he's pretty candid, pretty frank, and he didn't obviously have anything nice to say about Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And he's just one of those old school dudes that think you have to respect the office, respect the kind of the history of the country and the laws that we've created, and saying that he can just spread lies about people. And he's like, one of the things he said in his interview that was really interesting, he's like, Donald Trump wakes up in the morning, tweets some ridiculous thing about putting people in jail and we're numb to it.
Yeah.
And he's like, those are illegal things that he's saying he's going to do, and we've become numb to it. It's like, that is very scary for our country, that we've become numb to this guy just saying, I'm going to throw Comey in jail. He's a crook.
Yeah.
For what grounds are you throwing me in jail? It's just like statements like that scare so many people.
Yeah.
That he's like, we're becoming numb to it. And if you guys don't get up and vote in November and then in the next presidential election, this nonsense is going to continue.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It'll be good.
Did you watch the full thing?
I read the transcripts.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that book. Hopefully we'll have a book review in a week or so.
Oh, that'd be good.
Okay, moving on. Big positive. This made me really happy.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar won a Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah.
First rapper ever.
Yeah.
And was it was it for journalism? What segment was it in? I know it was for the album Damn in particular.
Yeah, so it goes into I think it's non-music. No, it is musical. I want to say it's in the it is Pulitzer for music.
Got it.
And typically it goes to classical and jazz artists.
That's so huge.
And, it was really interesting because when you think about music and you think about what Pulitzer stands for, so it's about telling raw stories, your integrity of your craft. That's who journalists usually win. They tell these incredible stories. They did something daring, right?
Yeah.
Think about how many artists have actually done that.
Yep.
And Kendrick's the first one.
That's true.
It's crazy that I'm glad that he's the first one and he won. But man, they've been sleeping on so many artists.
Do you think this will open the door for more of these, or do you think this is like a one-time thing?
No, I think it will. I think it's finally a sign, because he didn't even win a Grammy for Best Album.
Yeah, that's mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. Yeah. And the fact that at least the Pulitzer was like, you know what? This is a piece of art that we should reward.
Yeah.
So I think when I look at this is where the Grammys and Oscars continually miss.
Yeah.
And these guys actually figured it out.
Do they do these once a year?
Yeah.
And it's not some sort of public...
There is a public ceremony, but they announce it and there's an award ceremony.
Okay.
But it's nice to see someone like him. But I mean, I was thinking about all those Tupac albums that probably should have. There's so much pieces of art that have never been recognized.
So many.
I'm sure.
But at least he's the perfect first one.
Yeah.
If you're gonna wrap your head around it and figure it out, he's the perfect one to do it.
Yeah, I think so. It's exciting to see. I think it's big for. It just solidifies the importance of hip hop in popular culture.
Yeah.
That my parents are gonna wake up tomorrow morning, read it in the paper,
I know Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
Storyteller.
Yeah, it's my parents know about Coachella, obviously because we go, but my dad called me. He called me Sunday. He's like, "Yeah, I read about it in the paper."
Yeah.
So Beyonce, Eminem, huh?
Yeah.
He knows it because it's in the paper.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think this will be in the paper tomorrow.
Yep.
And everyone will read about it and they'll be excited about it.
I wonder how many old people are listening to Damn today.
They're like, damn.
Not sure about this. We'll see. I bet you there's a lot of new. I wonder what it did to his
Just streams and
downloads. Okay. Back into political land.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Cohen.
Yeah.
Who it seems like is just being sort of attacked on all fronts.
Yeah.
I would say rightfully so.
I mean, his office got raided by the FBI.
And house too, right?
Yeah. So and the thing is so this is a perfect example of what James Comey said.
Yep.
James Comey said that this is attack on. Donald Trump said that this is an attack on America, and they illegally came into his house.
Yep.
FBI cannot do that.
Yeah.
They can't just show up at my house.
Yeah.
They have to get a warrant, and they have to have cause for doing something.
Yep.
They clearly had some evidence that said, we have to do this,
Yep.
and a judge approved it
Yep.
and let it go. Because those institutions are so formal, and for them to break laws would cause a serious crisis in our democracy.
Especially under Trump, they would never. If it's Trump's lawyer, they would never take that risk.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Yeah, and so they obviously raided him, and part of the idea here was to learn all of his client dealings, everything. And there was one that was anonymous. Everyone else was known. So it was some political people, some big Republican donors, and there was one anonymous. And then some reporter figured out who the anonymous person was, and it was Sean Hannity, which is just amazing because he's the most biggest, hugest defender of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Can do no wrong in his eyes. And
what do you think that does that mean? Is there any? There's no conflict of interest there, really, right? Not officially.
So he's saying Sean Hannity is denying that he ever paid for legal service, never got an invoice, and that he sent out a tweet about that. And so, what he's saying, I asked him a question about real estate and some other investments in the past, and that's it.
Yeah.
But the conspiracy theorist in me says, maybe Donald Trump just paid for all his legal fees and said, you can use my lawyer. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way that
Michael Cohen can just pad Donald Trump's legal fees and be like, I never use it. I never got a bill from him. Yeah, maybe because Donald Trump was paying for you.
Yeah, you snake.
Yeah. And
God, it's just...
It's going to be really interesting because, like, I actually never thought Donald Trump would ever get taken down.
Yeah.
And I still don't think that's going to happen. But... this Michael Cohen dude seems kind of slimy.
He's slimy, man.
And I just have a feeling like when he's on CNN or Fox or whatever and I see the clips, I'm just like, man, this guy's out of control. And I think Sean Hannity is going to raise the profile of this, right? Because now all of a sudden it's Sean Hannity. He's famous.
Yeah.
He's the most watched cable news program in America. So people are going to pay attention now.
Yeah. I just wonder. I think it's getting so crazy, man. I know that, like, we kind of brush over it now, but, like, it's getting so nuts. If this guy makes it the full 4 years, I just will be mind blown.
Yeah.
It's just, how can there be this much? If this happened one time with any previous president, it's over.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I don't know. We'll see. I don't expect much to change, but this one's going to be good. Michael Cohen's book is going to be good. People are also saying Michael Cohen is an attorney, and attorneys are smart enough to save themselves. So maybe he will.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for this part of the story.
Absolutely.
Okay. Last but not least, Netflix.
And Fuego.
What is going on?
They're hotter than Beyonce.
Well, let's not be ridiculous.
No, I've never seen this. The numbers they released yesterday are so bonkers.
What did they release? Did you see how big the crowd was?
Do you want to know how many people just signed up for Netflix in Q1 of 2018? Q1.
But did you hear when Destiny's Child came out?
Okay, let me share some fun facts with you. In the United States alone, Netflix added 1.96 million subscribers in Q1. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just in the United States. They added over 5 million internationally. And, I mean, that is bonkers.
And what would you what would you credit the most of their new subscribers with? Just new content, good content?
Yeah. So the other interesting fact was that a reporter at Recode did a story on non-sports programming spend. Okay. So NBC Universal and all of their channels combined spent $10.2 billion last year.
Creating content.
Fox was next. Fox and Time Warner spent $8 billion. Disney spent 7.8. Okay? Netflix spent 6.3. This year, they said yesterday they're going to spend $8 billion, which is more than Disney on content.
Shows.
And the thing is like their international growth is just starting.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, the price point they're at, international people can afford. Like my cousins in India have Netflix.
How much is it?
$9.99. I think it went to $10.99 now.
And what percentage? Just guessing. What percentage do you think they are U.S. as opposed to the rest of the world?
I don't know, but U.S. is still
80%.
I'm sure U.S. is still heavily weighted.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's fast changing. It's going to be the rest of the world. Yeah. And American content is the most consumed content in the world. And eventually they're going to go finance Bollywood movies.
Of course.
In Nigeria, it's called Nollywood. They'll finance Nollywood movies. They'll finance Israeli dramas. Why not?
Yeah.
It's this pace.
Oh man, it's so good too. I mean, I'm a huge fan.
And it just, I kind of questioned when they took on all the debt to finance all this growth. Because I was like, this is so much $20 billion in debt. Like, where how are you going to recoup this? Yeah. But then, like, there's a lot of interesting articles, if you have time to Google it, about how they're going to potentially grow internationally. They're talking about adding 70 million subscribers between now and 2020. That's a lot of growth.
Yeah.
70 million times, let's say by then it's $15 a month.
Yeah.
It's $1 billion a month.
Yeah. I don't know. They might have it figured out.
Yeah. I mean,
to think that they used to be those little red boxes where you'd grab your DVDs from.
I mean, Brian, who are like last week's guest, still gets the DVDs.
He does, huh?
Yes, because there are certain things are not allowed to stream. So he's like, you got to get the DVDs.
What do you want to watch that bad?
He
doesn't have iTunes?
I mean, he left Saturday night. He didn't go out because he wanted to watch some new show on Netflix at Coachella.
God bless him. Brian,
you're a loser.
You're one of a kind. And you and your house full of DVDs.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Someone gave me a DVD today. I don't even know how to watch it.
I haven't seen a DVD player in years. Holy cow. Well, I mean, what do you think happens? They just keep spending, keep growing, you think they got it?
Yeah,
the magic?
I mean, I think eventually you're going to have to go into some sort of live entertainment, though, you know? Like, why don't you buy the rights to Coachella so we can just watch Coachella on Netflix?
That'd be great.
Why don't you buy the rights to the NBA so we just watch it? When we want to watch an NBA game, we just go on Netflix.
That has to be coming, right?
Yeah.
The rights to sports have to be.
But the problem is sports programming is too expensive.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, when you see how many people watch, like, the NBA playoff games on Sunday afternoon.
How many?
I don't know. It was, like, on TNT, one of the ratings was, like, 5 million.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
They were showing there were more people watch WWE on Sunday night.
That's a joke.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
And the you're better off owning the rights of WWE on TV.
Yeah.
Than NBA playoffs because no one's watching it until the finals.
Yeah, I get it. But I mean, hey, Netflix has a lot of money.
Yeah. Giveaway time.
Buy them all. And it's giveaway time.
It's so big, I have to go grab it.
Okay, so this is this week's giveaway.
Bump Box!
The Bump Box.
Shout out to our friends at Bump Box. This thing is pretty heavy.
Sell it. What's it do?
It is your modern day boombox.
Okay.
But it is loud. And it comes with a microphone, a remote. You can plug your USB, SD card, all that stuff so you can play all your music. It can even serve as like a portable karaoke type machine.
Yeah, it looks like it.
This thing is $700.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's big. Shipping's going to be expensive.
Yeah, and guess what? We're paying for shipping.
Oh, you're so generous.
Only today.
Okay, now, how do we get the Bump Box? We need a contest idea.
Yeah, we're going to do...
Pulitzer.
Kendrick won.
Yep.
What other artist should be given a Pulitzer Award?
So this doesn't have to be like a beef issue. You don't got to say like Kendrick didn't deserve it. We're saying if not Kendrick, who else? Or if they gave away a couple more.
Yeah. So
name the artist. I would say that if you add why, or maybe you're kind of funny, your chances of winning are a little bit better than just putting an artist name.
Yep.
But put them all. We're going to pick one lucky winner, and you're getting a big, heavy box.
Yeah, you better have room in your house because this thing is no joke. And you're going to piss off your neighbors. It's loud.
Real quick, but you can have karaoke night. We have to say the winners from last week.
Yes.
So winners from last week, the question was, who do you want to see at Coachella?
Yes.
I am, my winners are going to win a Cartoon Network Young and Reckless collab pack. Yep. I'm picking Monique Montagnese.
Okay.
Because
so she wants to see that last name?
Well, I'm sure I butchered it, but she wants to see Cardi B because her performances have been getting stronger and stronger, and I agree.
Okay.
And her performance was very strong. Did you pick Nate?
Yep.
I'm picking Nate. Nate Mora. Stoked for Post Malone. This dude bleeds creativity. I think he's going to be one of the best performances.
Okay.
Well, maybe next week. Next up is Cam Bowers because he picked Alina Baraz. That's our homie. He said she's up and coming. That is true. Her performance was incredible. Those are my winners.
Okay. I picked Danny, Jordan, and Ben. And I don't have your comments, but you win.
There you go.
You get three. Each of you get a pair of our popular New Republic white sneakers.
Done. So there it is. Those are the winners. We will get in touch with you Thank you guys. Don't forget, please, 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 give us a like, give us a subscribe, and get all up in our comments. Keep sending your questions. Keep responding to our questions for the contest. We're always watching. And we're out here, you know. We'll see you next week. Back with another hot episode.
And I gotta run to meetings.
Peace!